the valves in the fingertips and valves in the toes. They are now open, and these valves are now allowing the orange liquid to flow out, carrying with it as it leaves the tar and the nicotine and the poisons, and the very thought itself of smoking. As it leaves, you can see how dirty and ugly it is, heavy with saturated tar and nicotine and the poisons. And as this orange liquid begins to clear your lungs, you find immediately that you can breathe easier and that you feel relaxed and at ease. And as the last of the liquid leaves you, I want you to check over your lungs, and you will see that they've turned to a beautiful, healthy color, and you are breathing easier even now. At the count of 3, you will find yourself back in that beautiful day, relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. 1, 2, 3. Deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed. Down, down, down. Each and every suggestion that you're going to hear is a permanent and a total part of you. You will hear them, and you will begin carrying them out. They will become effective immediately, and this is so. For these suggestions are for your benefit. You desire it, and it is so, because you know that no one is making you stop smoking. Nobody could ever make you do anything you do not want to do. You could double the number of cigarettes you're presently smoking if you wanted to, if it was your choice. But of course you do not want to do that, because you made a decision to stop, because you really want to stop, because you can stop smoking, and because you did, and you proved everyone wrong. Therefore, from the beginning, from that beautiful time in your life, that important date in your life, you stopped smoking, and you became a non-smoker. And all that you need to do, whenever the negative thought of smoking attempts to enter your mind, is to become aware of it, and dissolve it with a long, slow breath in the count 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And every time you did, it became more and more effective for you. And soon, and very soon indeed, even the very thought of smoking itself had dissolved from your life. So relax. You know this to be true. You know that some people become very resentful and very irritable when they're going to try and quit. You also know the reason. The reason is because they really do not want to stop. They were only kidding themselves. They were fooling themselves about going to try and quit. They were only setting themselves up to fail. They were treating themselves like children. And so all they ever thought about was what they could not do. And, of course, it brought on a strong thought of smoking, and that brought on withdrawal symptoms. Now, since you really wanted to stop, and since no one is forcing you to stop, you will find that you're totally and completely free of any feeling of resentment. You're totally and completely free of any feeling of anxiety. You're totally and completely free of any feeling of being cheated. You're totally and completely free of any feeling of going without. What you do feel and experience is the most tremendous sense of joy and accomplishment, because you have made up your mind to stop, and you did. You found that you became much more relaxed around members of your family and people that you worked with, because every time you took the deep breath, you relaxed more and more. All members of your family, people that you work with, all delighted in the change in you. And it seemed to be because you stopped being a slave to a weed. Relax and go deeper and deeper, more and more relaxed. Beginning from that beautiful day, that beautiful time in your life, the urge and the need and the desire, the habit and the impulse for ever smoking again left you. For truly it seemed you were able to visualize and experience the reasons why you started smoking, and the reasons lost their hold upon you forever. As you remember now, way back, when you began to smoke, remember. And as you remember, place the reasons on a blackboard in front of you. When you began to smoke, was it for a reason of resentment? Did you do it to gain a feeling of power? Did it make you feel more grown up or sophisticated? Did you do it to become one of the gang? Whatever the reasons that you smoked are now appear before you on the blackboard. And now that you're an adult, really an adult, you look upon smoking entirely different. When you really think about it, you recognize that there is no need in you or void in you, nothing to be filled by a cigarette. And as you really look upon it, smoking is a sign of immaturity, not maturity. However, you accept the fact that you smoked for a long period of time, that you did get some enjoyment, some satisfaction and comfort. But it has come to an end, and you have simply decided to stop, and that's that. So in your mind, in your imagination, I want you to wipe that blackboard clean and wash it clean forever. And as you do, the urge and the need and the desire, the habit and the impulse, the very thought itself will be washed away and wiped away forever. It will no longer be there. It will no longer bother you. And this is so. Because when you really think about it, there isn't that much pleasure in smoking. And there's a great deal about smoking that is unpleasant. And so you simply choose not to smoke again. And so all that you need to do to strengthen these suggestions from within and without is to take a long, slow, deep breath and count 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And each and every time you do, the suggestions will become 10 times more powerful for you. Whenever in your life you accomplish something, it always promoted a feeling and a sense of satisfaction. If there was something hard to do, then there was simply a greater sense of satisfaction and a greater sense of accomplishment. And having stopped smoking, you experience the most tremendous sense of accomplishment, a joy and a freedom known only too infrequently in your life. Because you are successful, because you really wanted to stop, because you can stop and prove everyone wrong, and because you did stop, and that's all. You stopped on that important day. And beginning from that day forward, you became a non-smoker, and that was that. And all that you needed to do to make it happen was to take a deep breath. And you found it so easy to do, because you have much more satisfaction in having stopped smoking than you ever had in the past from smoking. For it is a real accomplishment to have stopped, something of which you're very proud and very pleased to have done, although you find it surprisingly easy to do, because all that you'll need to do is to take the breath and count from 8 to 1 and relax, drifting deeper and deeper, becoming more and more relaxed. Repeated use of this tape ensures that your determination, your desire, your willpower maintains itself at an ever-increasing level. Every time you use it, it multiplies in effectiveness 10 or more times, because this time you really did it. You stopped. Although occasionally you are tempted, your determination does not falter, for there truly is no temptation, no person, no thing, no event that is stronger than your determination, your willpower, your self-control, and your self-respect. Because you really wanted to do it, because you did,